All right, welcome back to the 80 Star Basketball Channel, the only star basketball channel that's going to give you this response now if you ask me about, hey, what's this worth? What's the prices?
Son, you're on your own.
What is happening with prices? I can't keep up. So I kind of want to talk as a follow up to last week, where I basically said, "Hey, this price surge is very different than the price surge what happened before last year when I was cautious." And I'm going to show the reasons why. I'm going to have a few clips right now to show you, and these clips are the fundamental reason why everything is happening. Everyone's kind of like, oh, like it's all willy nilly and prices are just going up. No. Jeff Wilson, whether you like him or not, he has been vocal recently. Also, he turned down an offer at the National for his PSA 8. And I think the person offered at the time 170, which was kind of a fair offer considering the if you take out the buyer's premium. I think the person was just trying to say, "Hey, I'll do the same as an auction house." It was a hair low actually, but basically without the buyer's premium, that's where it was. Obviously, that's gone through the roof since at this point. But I do want to talk and show and talk about the whole reason why this is all happening. And I do also want to show real quick. I'm just going to cover a few auctions that are out there and something that there's an REA auction that ends that's only at, I think with total bid costs, we can look at it right here. It's just almost at 41,000 right now, but this one is nice. This is an extremely clean copy. Obviously, it was just centering that was obviously touches on corners and everything, but I'm just talking overall. This is a very clean PSA copy that and to me it almost just looks normal. But go and check this out. REA, it's just one of those lower auction houses where prices end up lower, and it's been happening a lot. And this is where you can kind of get your deals and where you should be looking. So that's up currently. And also there's now on eBay, first eBay auction in a while is a PSA 4 NBA gold. So that's at 20,600. And there's I think that just went up, and I believe we have a good amount of time left on that one. Where is the time left, or is that just the ask? Let's actually go check that out. I don't know. Sometimes people just okay, ends in 8 days. Yeah, there's a good amount of time on that one. So just verifying that one just went up. And Golden finally fixed its double alt, sending two in, so two don't show up anymore. There really is just one auction at alt at 56,000 now for that 8.5, and there's an 8 over at PWCC for auction along with the auto 8.5. So there's a BGS 8, a PSA 6, and one at Golden that's an 8.5. So check those auctions out, and that's really what's in. So with the REA, that's 4 that I'm aware of. So, but let's get to talking. I want to talk about here is what Jeff Wilson had to say.
Up quite a bit. So that PSA 8 is a population of just around 30. And that's investment card of the week. And this week it is none other than the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and specifically Michael Jordan's 1984 Star 101 card, the card that many now believe is Michael Jordan's true rookie card. There's been a shift in the sports card hobby. The 86 Fleer was always coveted as that. But now the 1984 Star 101 is actually the hotter of the two cards. And over the weekend, we just had another all-time high record sale of this card on Golden Auction in PSA 8 grade. It has been a hot card over the course of the last year in the sports card market. Let's take a look here.
And I just want to talk about the one thing he talks about, the perception shift in the hobby. That is what's happening. And I debated, I remember that's kind of the one thing Cajun Cardboard says that, he thought the PSA thing would be just a one-time bump. And I argued that no, that it's not. We disagree there. And I go back and forth trying to explain that the perception shift is what happened and changed. And I've been very right on that. So I want to be perfectly clear that, yes, the perception shift, just like Jeff Wilson is saying. And that's one of the reasons why I love this interview. Dustin, two of my boys here, love these guys. Dave, obviously, everyone knows Dave is the he has a PSA 9 and a high end, and he did some some interviews and stuff but just a high end star dealer. For those of you that don't know him, and Dustin, Sports Car Dad. Just if you haven't watched his channel, check it out. I'm sure you probably have, but just very well grounded, and I know he has to play a lot of people's emotions. And there's it's just such this debate, and now it's starting to actually take away and kind of go that the star is the true rookie, just like Jeff said. But here is another one. This one actually got me more so. And then also really quick, Jeremy Padawar, he comes in, and again, I showed this a little bit ago, but he basically says his first purchase, and this is the card, and this is the one that 10 times in a 10 to 20 year time frame. So this guy is, a very reputable guy, and this is when something like this happens, people silently listen, and right now people are silently voting with their wallets. And that is what's happening. You're not going to, other than social media, but social media now is saying a lot of things, obviously, as I'm trying to show you. But this, if Jeff Wilson hasn't been saying it enough, these are the type of clips that are just so many people see. And these are really respected people in the hobby. Listen to this.
Bank West Coast Card Show. Michael Ham, Jordan, XRC or RC, which is the rookie? Oh gosh, we're not going to get into that debate tonight, guys.
84 stars is rookie.
Victor, just say one or the other.
86 is the true rookie.
I'm going to say 84 star. I'm going to bring Leighton on for just so he can tell us. Leighton, what's yours?
84 star.
Thank you, Leighton. We'll be right back to you.
So this one was exactly what's happening now, and people are okay to say this. It's not taboo, because you would get fight back from everyone who is invested in 86 Fleer cards. Again, I grew up with the 86 Fleer. I love it. It's iconic. I considered it because Beckett told me it was the rookie, but I always thought it was really, really weird that there was an actually rookie year card that was licensed prior, and that to me is the rookie card. And I was like, okay, so I was never really comfortable when I owned the 86 Fleer. And for those of you new to the show who haven't watched my previous episodes, all throughout the last 2 years, but that's basically it. Is now this perception shift is okay to say, and people are saying the obvious: the emperor has no clothes. So this perception shift that Jeff and now these social media, it's basically okay to come out and say this opinion. And again, they cover on the national, and it's really, this is the fundamental reason you are seeing a hobby shift of the biggest card, the biggest GOAT, across all cards. I can say that it's not right now, that debate with the mantle, but Jordan is bigger worldwide, and I can get into that debate really easy, why Jordan is bigger than Mickey Mantle. As far as the hobby, the Mantle card obviously has had press exposure forever, but I think that will eventually fall to Jordan's cards being the most iconic. But I wanted to shout this out because Jeff Wilson's, again, whether you like him or not, this is what the media is now comfortable saying. That is my point of this video, is that it is now getting pretty obvious that this is the true rookie card. And these prices, and again, I have a lot of people just saying, oh, you're just pumping the card. And it's like, no, that's why I got in the card, was because I was able to look at it and go, this is the rookie, while other people were trying to believe false rumors. And I do want to squash one thing right now, is that I am seeing on comments, people are still worried that it's fake. Oh, that card is faked. No, PSA has a guarantee. If PSA is grading them, what they're trying to say is, just like all high-end cards, they're heavily counterfeited. if you buy our slabbed card, we will reimburse you what you paid. You know, there is no better guarantee in showing you that they can tell fakes just like any other high dollar card, whether it's the Mantle, whether it's the 86 Fleer, you know, all types of high end cards. But it has the PSA guarantee. So that should be your argument when people say, oh, that card's faked, and say, well, PSA stands by it. It is guaranteed. Buy slabbed cards. Because, right, if you buy them raw, don't buy them raw because, right, you have a 99.9% chance of it being counterfeited. So, again, seeing Jeff talk about this and seeing, you know, basically social media talk about it is the fundamental reason. And I still think these cards are massively undervalued, and this train is strong right now. I can't keep up with pricing. So, you know, the auctions, again, I think right now, again, like I said before, I do think that pricing is going to be a lot of high-end private transactions. That's where it's going to be at the moment, and that's going to dictate the rest of the field. And as people see the prices go up, that's when you'll start seeing lower end copies get sold off eBay's for their buy it now prices that they have. And, you know, you're going to start seeing more of that. So anyway, subscribe, and I will see you at the next video.